Thank you for joining me for episode 3 in our series on maximizing your borrowing power as an individual real estate investor. Today, I will be covering how to use your lender pre-qual letter to target your next income property. No matter what market you intend to focus on, whether it be an up-and-coming community in Texas, Tennessee, Georgia, California, or somewhere else in between, I want to give you some tips on how you can use your pre-qual letter to refine your search. Now first, let's take the max loan amount for which you're approved. You want to use that number as a starting point to figure out your projected total monthly mortgage payment, as well as your estimated tax, insurance, and HOA payments, if any. Once you've calculated all of that, you will then want to add at least another 15% to cover anticipated property management and miscellaneous expenses. The final tally will equate to the minimum rent that you can charge if you max out your borrowing power. Now, once you know the minimum monthly rent that you'll have to charge, you'll be able to get a sense for the types of properties that will fit in your investment model. You may ultimately find that you have a certain sweet spot that works for you when it comes to square footage, bedroom count, unit makeup, condition, or maybe proximity to transportation hubs or employment centers. Now next, after you've drilled down to the types of properties that will cash flow sufficiently to cover your anticipated monthly expenses, you'll want to survey your region to get a sense of the total universe of properties that match your criteria. Now, are there enough of these properties available for you to build a scalable investment model over time? Or will you have to move on to a different region, or maybe refine your model a little bit? It's possible that you might need to cluster more units together or open yourself up to buying properties that maybe need a bit more renovation work in order to make things pencil. If you're interested in using Glassbox to become a real estate syndicator down the road, it's really important to build your track record now, executing a model that can be scaled with additional capital in the future. Okay, so finally, once you've determined the types of properties that work in your model and you've confirmed that your model can be scaled, you may come to realize that the quality of properties you're able to acquire in your desired region are not in the condition you'd like. This is actually a common challenge with a high leverage, low unit count type of investment model. However, if you're using Glassbox to help get connected with the proper lenders, this problem can actually turn into a pretty big opportunity. We can help you use your LLC to obtain a line of credit to complete the renovation work on your property and later refinance the principal due on your line of credit into a new mortgage once your work is complete. So you'll be able to make sense out of purchasing properties that may be too capital intensive for your competitors, potentially giving you the ability to negotiate a better deal at the time of purchase. So in summary, once you have your pre-qual letter, you want to use that letter to define your purchase criteria, then determine if you can build a scalable investment model around that criteria, and finally, consider using an unsecured line of credit to supplement your mortgage financing if your model calls for buying properties that need considerable renovation. In our next episode, I will discuss your line of credit options in more detail and how those funds can be used. I want to thank you for viewing, and I'll see you soon.